Welcome to Bayes University, Abuja, Nigeria, with a legacy of excellence and a vision for nurturing future leaders. Bayes University is in a league of its own. We're all about our people, processes, and technology.
Bayes is one of the highly rated universities in Nigeria in terms of product quality standards.
We don't just produce graduates, but groom people into employers of labor.
And it has made us understand that learning is all about three things. We learn, we unlearn, and we relearn.
Bayes University Hospital offers a range of specialized services equipped with the latest technology, manned by a team of trusted professionals. And now, our vision extends beyond our walls with the Baba Ahmed University in Kano following our lead. Join us at Bayes University and invest in your future today.
Bayes University is the institution that you will get the best value for money education in Nigeria.
Bayes University. Learn to live.
On Global TV News Express, Center for Disease Control blames poor sanitation, shortage of resources for cholera outbreak. In business, World Bank to render technical financial assistance worth $15 billion to Nigeria. On the foreign scene, Zelensky seeks show support at giant Ukraine peace summit. In sports, Finidi George resigns as Super Eagles coach. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express and Global Television. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agapa. Today is Arafat. The day is observed by Muslims worldwide as the pinnacle of the holy pilgrimage. Correspondent Aisha Larai Musa has details.
As part of the Hajj rituals, over 65,000 pilgrims from Nigeria and more than 1.5 million pilgrims worldwide will gather at Mount Arafat, also known as Jabal Rahman, the Mount of Mercy. The pilgrims are expected to stay in Arafat until dusk in order to seek Allah's mercy, forgiveness and blessings. They will then proceed for Muzdalifah at sunset. The pilgrims spend the night at Muzdalifah and pray the Maghrib and Isha prayers there. The chief imam, Ansaruddin Moskusi, Associate Professor Musa Olaofe, explains the significance of Arafat today.
Prophet Muhammad said, Al-Hajju Arafah. What we call to perform Hajj is for you to be at the playing ground of Arafah. That is, it is the day that Allah forgive all sins. It is the day that every human being that's performed this year Hajj will be forgiven all their sins. It is a day that Almighty Allah informed Prophet Muhammad when he said, Aliyam today, akmalatun alaykum dinakum, I perfected your religion. Wa atmamtun alaykum ni'mati, and my favors on you are excellently granted. Wa raditu lakum al-Islam dina, and the religion of Islam is most welcome religion among the religions all over the world.
It is expected that Muslims who are not able to perform the Hajj fast on the day, being the practice of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Aisha Laria Musa, Global Television.
A total of 560 individuals have been appointed to the governing council and boards of federal government-owned tertiary institutions. President Bola Tinubu approved the reconstitution of governing councils and boards of federal universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education. The Permanent Secretary General Services, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Nnamdi Mbairi, noted in a statement that the approval was given for the effective management of Nigeria tertiary institutions across the country. The Director General of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Dr. Jide Idris, has blamed the outbreak of cholera in the country on poor sanitation, personal hygiene and environmental hygiene, and lack of access to clean water. Idris noted that the agency is conducting a risk assessment and alerted all the states on the outbreak. The center had warned the public of the increasing trend of cholera cases across the country as the rainy season intensifies. The Nigeria Police Force has sounded the alarm over alleged irregularities and corruption that allegedly marred the recently released list of successful candidates in the ongoing 2022 and 2023 police constables recruitment. This follows a series of complaints from unsuccessful candidates and stakeholders over the disappearance of names of those who were screened and successful up to the final stage. In a press statement, Force Public Relations Officer ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi said scrutiny of the published list revealed several anomalies. The Department of State Services has advised Muslims in the country to be cautious while engaging in religious and social activities during the festive period. The service also urged them to observe all necessary personal security procedures. In a statement, Director of Public Relations and Strategic Communications Department, Peter Afunanya, advised operators and patrons of malls, parks, and railway stations, among others, to ensure strict compliance with fiscal and other security measures required for public safety. In a related development, Delta State Commissioner of Police Olufemi Abaniwanda has ordered a massive deployment of personnel across the state to provide adequate security in all Muslim prayer grounds and strategic locations. In a statement issued by the State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Bright Edafe Nwori, the police boss assured all Muslim faithfuls of the provision of adequate security and free flow of traffic in the state in view of the forthcoming Eid Kabir celebration. Abaniwanda also directed all divisional police officers to intensify raids of criminal hideouts and black spots within their areas of responsibility. In the meantime, an Islamic cleric and a lecturer at the Department of Religions, Lagos State University, Dr. Siddiq Uthman, has advised Muslim faithfuls to exercise restraint during the Salah celebration. The cleric said this is necessary considering the current economic situation in the country where the prices of rams and other necessities has soared. Uthman also said Muslims must not indulge in lavish spending that exceeds their financial capacity. The Kano State Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps has deployed no fewer than 3,168 personnel to cover Eid al-Kabir celebrations in Kano State. This is contained in a statement by the command's Public Relations Officer Ibrahim Abdullahi, a copy of which was made available online. The commandant also tasked all officers and men to belt up and ensure the protection of all critical national assets and infrastructure as enshrined in the Act establishing the Corps. The Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Shehu Mohammed, has ordered the deployment of over 743 patrol vehicles nationwide to ensure an accident-free Eid al-Kabir. Mohammed disclosed this during a press conference in Abuja, noting that the deployment of the Eid al-Kabir Special Patrol is scheduled to commence on June 14, 2024. Shehu said over 743 patrol vehicles, 184 administrative vehicles, 92 ambulances, 23 tow trucks and 144 motorbikes are being deployed as part of patrol logistics. The federal government has vowed to revoke the titles of owners of licensed land units explored by illegal miners. The Ministry of Solid Minerals Development stated its resolve in its first reaction to another mine collapse in Niger State, which claimed 3 lives. The incident happened 2 weeks after the mine in Shiroro, Niger State collapsed and swallowed over 50 miners. A non-governmental organization, Global Association of Female Attorneys, has appealed to government and policymakers to enact laws and formulate policies that will eradicate discrimination against vulnerable inmates who are in custodial centers without legal protections. The association made the appeal at its recent meeting held at the Federal Ministry of Justice headquarters in Abuja. Anthony Mamadou now reports.
Chinelo Irele, President, Global Association of Attorneys, urged the government to effectively enforce laws to protect vulnerable indigenous people and ensuring justice for them.
For GAFA Association, we do pro bono services because we find out that indigent persons are always on the side, where they are being maltreated. They are always victims, and they cannot go to court. They don't have the amenities. They cannot sustain any legal representation.
The will of the people must count in choosing the leaders. Because the only reason why these leaders are doing this, not recognizing the humanity of the people that are lower, is because they believe they don't need them.
Other members of the association stress the need to continue creating massive awareness on social justice and ensure that the fundamental rights of indigent people are guaranteed.
Social justice is something everybody should have. It's an equal right. Everybody has equal right. But where you have some people, even some of our so-called big men who are into some dirty business, and the government hires them, or whoever hires them, and then there's no way you can get social justice.
And by the time you orientate these children, it will help. And let's say in the next 5 years, I think things will be different.
But if you give everybody the same platform to work on, then you can apportion blames.
The association further urged well-meaning individuals to support the organizations in its campaign to support indigent people and less privileged get justice, adding that the more people speak up, the more they realize they are not alone in any situation. Anthony Mamadou reporting for Global Television News.
You're watching News Express, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on our social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. When News Express returns, Finidi George resigns as Super Eagles coach. This and other stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on Global Televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction of new policies, Businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point. This is business.
In an ever-busy world, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first.
Are you
Many thanks for staying with us. Now, if you've just joined us, this is Global Television, bringing you live broadcast of the News Express. On the foreign scene, South Africa's parliament has re-elected Cyril Ramaphosa as the country's president following a landmark coalition deal between the governing African National Congress, ANC, and opposition parties. The new government of national unity combines Mr. Ramaphosa's ANC, the Centre-Right Democratic Alliance, and smaller parties. In his victory speech, Mr. Ramaphosa hailed the new coalition and said voters expected the leaders to act and to work together for the good of everyone in the country. Catherine, Princess of Wales, has made her much-anticipated first public appearance of the year at the annual Trooping the Colour Parade. The princess, who is currently undergoing treatment for cancer, could be seen smiling and waving from the Buckingham Palace balcony at the end of the ceremony filled with pomp and pageantry. King Charles III, who is also receiving treatment for cancer, inspected troops from a gold carriage rather than on horseback. Thousands watched on in the heavy rain to witness one of the biggest events in royal calendar. This weekend, a shadowed Swiss resort above Lake Loken will be transformed as dozens of world leaders and thousands of soldiers and police descend on Bürgenstock. More than 90 countries, and global institutions are attending the event, which aims to discuss basic principles for ending the conflict in Ukraine. The Swiss hope that the Ukraine summit might produce the first tentative sketch marks for a peace process some 28 months after Russia invaded its neighbor. In business, the World Bank has stated that its technical advisory and financing to support economic growth in Nigeria currently stands at over $15 billion. This was as the bank disclosed that it has invested in sectors including reliable power and clean energy, girls' education and women's economic empowerment, climate adaptation and resilience, water and sanitation, and governance reforms. This development came against the backdrop of a new loan approval worth $2.25 billion aimed at bolstering Nigeria's economic stability and supporting its vulnerable populations. The Nigeria Customs Service has said that within 1 month, the service intercepted various hard drugs worth 4.1 billion naira coming from Canada and India. The Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, disclosed this while addressing journalists at the Tinkan Island Command in Lagos. Given details of the seizures, he said that within the period under review, the service intercepted several packs of cannabis indica weighing 1,072 kg coming from Canada. In sports, Finidi George has left his job as coach of the Super Eagles after just 2 games in charge of the team without a win. His exit was confirmed by former Eagles media officer Tony Bitoye on his X account. The 53-year-old was unveiled as coach of the Super Eagles in May following the departure of Portuguese tactician José Peseiro at the end of the 2023 African Cup of Nations in February. However, in March, the former Enyimba boss took charge of the team interim for the double-header international friendly against Ghana and Mali. African Games gold medalist Chidi Okezie, who has just punched his ticket for the men's 400 meters of Paris 2024 Olympics, is eager to be back in the country to compete in the national trials, which will be held at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin City from Sunday, June 16th to June 18th. Okezie secured qualification to the Summer's Olympic Games in Paris after running a new personal best of 44.97 seconds to win the men's 400 meters at the Edmonton Athletics Invitational in Canada. He broke the elite 45 seconds for the first time in his career, defeating Will London III and Daquan Butler, both from the United States of America. Millwall's 26-year-old goalkeeper, Matija Sarkic, has tragically passed away after falling ill while on international duty with Montenegro. Sarkic fell ill at an apartment in Buva, Montenegro on Saturday morning. Despite immediate medical attention, he passed away around 6:30 a.m. local time. Sarkic had recently played a full match for Montenegro against Belgium just over a week ago. Millwall on its website issued a statement expressing their devastation. As we end the Global News Express, let's take a look at some of our headlines. Nigeria's Center for Disease Control has blamed poor sanitation and shortage of resources for cholera outbreak. In business, the World Bank has pegged its technical and financial assistance to Nigeria at $15 billion. On the foreign scene, Zelensky has sought show support at giant Ukraine Peace Summit. And in sports, we told you Finidi George has resigned as Super Eagles coach. That's it on the News Express, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching and see you again.